Before this video begins, I would like to mention that this video is extremely sad. So sad, in fact, that not even the greatest video known to mankind will make you feel better. This village is known as the Kanawe village, which roughly translates to the Kanawe village of death, suffering and despair. Now you may think that that's a poor name choice, but in reality, the village was founded by three brothers, Mr. John Death, Sir Simon Uffering of Kanawe, and Mrs. Debbie Despair. Look, it's 2018, people can identify as whatever they want. Sadly, the three brothers were killed during an extremely unfortunate incident involving a cat and a piece of toast. The faction that ran this colony, and many more across the Rim, was known as the
Получить жизнь
faction, and that is just not right. Alex's birthday was tomorrow, and the villagers had to get food for the party, so they sent out their two best hunters to kill innocent, loving animals, with a family, who were loved, cherished, cared for, and wanted. Very much unlike you. One of the two hunters was named Matthew Goodman, loving father of four and active member of the TrueGIXERJ Discord community. Join today with a link in the description. Today, he died, brutally murdered by a deadly animal only found within this region. His death was harshly felt among the community, creating no less than 4 new orphans from his previously happy family. But what killed him? The village's animal expert, Dr. Gunnadai, began a 3-day trek to find out. The village was situated in an area with an array of extremely deadly and violent animals, the most dangerous of which was the evil and poisonous local squirrel. His name is Ted. The squirrel not only kills Matthew, but bit Dr. Gunnadai, making her extremely sick. Yes, I am well aware that this means the squirrel was in fact venomous, but that's the thing. It was both. Dr. Gunnadai is gonna die before Alex's birthday unless a brave adventurer brought her the extremely rare and volatile cure located in the Kujiunga Mountains. The tough part was that the cure was guarded by 4 wolves, 7 bears, 2 rhinoceri, 9 panthers, and 1 extremely angry chicken. The other hunter, Hope, began the treacherous journey. He had hope. But hope is simply a concept of human perception. For the second he got there, he collapsed. Turns out he had a heart attack in his right big toe. The cure wasn't even needed, as Dr. Gunnadai survived the injury. A miracle, as the chances of surviving the squirrel's venom is 1 in around 350 million, which is, funnily enough, the exact daily odds of being struck by lightning. A storm was brewing that would for sure destroy the generators and burn the crops. Stuart was the village's electrician, with knowledge far greater than any shaman before him. If he attempted to save the generators, there was a 70% chance that he would be electrocuted and killed. But he was heroic, and he was willing to try. He made his way to the generators and fixed them. Then he exploded, and the crops burned as well. The only plausible way to fix this was with a new hunter, and that hunter was Andrew. The problem was that Andrew was blind. He wasn't born that way, no. He'd clawed out his eyes on the day his parents had died. But the people still needed food for the celebration, and he was the only surviving villager with a rifle, so he set out to hunt. He didn't know it, because he was blind, but he had stumbled into the neighbouring colony. He heard footsteps, and opened fire thinking that he was shooting at a wild boar. Then, he heard their screams. It wasn't a boar, it was his parents. They hadn't died, they just abandoned him. Because he was a complete nutcase. Then he exploded. I don't see any way that this story could get any sadder unless there was a drug addict in the village. Like Connor. It started off small, only beer and some smoke leaf. Eventually, he was addicted to every drug in the game, and it had only been 45 seconds. Or however long it took me to use DevTools to addict him. Then, he died. He had overdosed. In his left ear. How could the people of the village deal with all of this sadness? 2 villagers remained, and as they stared out across the barren landscape before them, an army of super soldiers attacked. They said their goodbyes and prepared for death. But the raiders were all killed with traps! Hooray! No. They were only there to offer aid and help the surviving villagers to get to a safer colonist base. One of the soldiers had a real talent with the sax. Here's a clip of a piece he played. Oh yeah, and also one of the turrets exploded into a ball of flames that started an uncontrollable blaze in the village. Barbara couldn't handle the thought of her most beloved possession going up in flames, so she dived into the flames in an attempt to retrieve it, and perished. But what was it that she loved so much? It was hope. Hope. Flamingo-shaped hope. It was past midnight now, the day of Alex's birthday. He had two options: to run away, never to return, hoping to find another village like the one that lay in ruin before him. Or he could attempt to rebuild, to recreate the power that his precious village had. He walked in, opened the door to what would have been the party room, and surprise! Everyone was fine. It had all been an elaborate ruse leading up to Alex's big day. "Happy birthday, Alex," said everyone in unison. These are the hallucinations of a cold and starving young man.